Hey, it's Cecily here, and I'm back with another video. Now, last week, I told you about my mantra, always be detoxing, spelled with one L and two L's, and the difference and significance of why each of those are very important. And then today, I am coming back with a follow-up to that video to tell you a little bit about the easiest way to do that, which I think I might have touched on briefly in that video, but I want to really emphasize that the easiest way that you're going to do that is to commit to a true whole food plant-based lifestyle. If you're not sure on what that looks like, go over and watch the By Fibroids with Cecily series and just get a handle on all of the basics that I recommend that we commit to in order to begin to build a solid foundation upon which to see fibroids reduce in size, reduce in number, and eventually disappear, and to reduce fibroid symptoms, right? This information is useful in general just for fertility. It's useful if you are preparing and you're still having surgery, but you want to do all that you can to minimize the severity of any issues that you're having, or minimize, reduce the fibroids being a volatile issue, or kind of minimize the risk, right? So it applies to you whether you're going natural or whether you're not going natural, right? We need to adopt these foundational habits that make up the pillars of a solid, stable foundation that we can begin to see results from. So let's talk a little bit about that, because the main area and way that you are going to get results across a lot of different issues that you may be experiencing in addition to fibroids, right? Because things are never just one thing, right? If someone is suffering from fibroids, to clarify, sometimes other issues are present that are also a result of hormone imbalance, like insulin resistance, stressed out adrenals, or thyroid issues can also be something that you may see accompanying a fibroid problem within someone's health record. So one of the easiest, most blanket ways to begin to address reversing and actually bring the body back into balance across a lot of different issues is to eat a nutritious, whole food, plant-based diet. So that, number one, is how you're going to always be detoxing and always be detoxing, because at the very most simplest form, you're always going to be led back to nature, which is why, to recap, my reminder phrase is return to nature. So I'm saying all that because these are basic tenets of what need to be adopted if you are a candidate, in my opinion, and from my own personal experience, who is right for a natural fibroid elimination journey. You're going to need to definitely be eating whole food, plant-based. I say 100% is best, but I also know realistically, and in my position, I was not eating 100% whole food, plant-based all the time. However, I did go on incremental windows of time, which I'm sure I've talked about somewhere on this channel, where I only ate whole food, plant-based 100% of the time, whether it be for 7 weeks, 12 weeks, or more, right? Or even less, depending on where you're at in your journey. So those are things that I really want you to be open-minded to getting acquainted with and getting familiar with now. Is if you're not already consuming the majority of your meals being plant-based, start to bump up the amount of plant-based meals that you are consuming on a weekly basis. Because that's going to address detoxification across bodily systems, organs. It's going to be an easy way to target all of those areas. Now, will it be enough That is not a guarantee, which is why everybody is different, and which is why coaching is so valuable, and working with somebody who understands herbs and also understands how to personalize herbs to you, to your body, to your constitution, meaning your present state of health, and also keeping and taking into account where you want to go with your health goals, and also your health record that led up to you at present. All of those things have to be factored in to confidently identify and adopt a strategic plan to support natural fibroid elimination to occur, like diet, herbs, and supplements, as well as habits and actions that you will add and remove from your life and your lifestyle, auditing your lifestyle for toxins, mentally, physically, spiritually. All of these things will make up your plan. But the biggest question is, are you up for the challenge? Are you really ready to do the work? It's deeper than signing up for coaching with me. You at the end of the day are the main cog in the wheel. I'm here as a coach and a guide. I cannot make you do anything. I can only lead you to the water, lead you to the ocean, lead you to the river, the lake, and teach you the tools. Adopting and implementing those tools, and not just implementing them once, but committing and rinsing and repeating what you learn with consistency is also part of why so many don't see success. And then there's another layer of this conversation that has to do with the organic developments that are going to occur in your body as you implement and adopt a healthier lifestyle and detach from things that are not so healthy. You're going to start to see things develop. Your body's going to start to give you a response to certain herbs, or maybe you won't get a response to certain herbs. And then we have to make some changes there and find things that are more in alignment for your body, for your constitution. So there's a lot that goes into it, but the basic general pillar in my world and what I teach my clients, and from personal experience, is eating a whole food plant-based diet. So you're going to need to keep that in mind and really search yourself and decide if you're ready for that, because that can detract from the power of an herbal plan. It can also really enhance and magnify the effectiveness of an herbal plan. And herbs are not the only way, right? I've had clients that can't take herbs and that still need a plan. They still need to be directed in a way that they can go to bring their body and their hormones and other bodily systems into balance. So it's not just one way, and it won't be, rather, the same exact. This is not the same exact one-size-fits-all coaching style. That's not how I work. I've been getting a lot of messages from some of you all who I'm super excited to hear from about working together in private coaching. And part of the journey working with me is getting in personal consultation, personal style one-on-ones with me through coaching, through 1-hour coaching sessions, or my 90-day private coaching program, so that I can personally assess and guide you in real time, based on your life, based on your information that you provide when we are talking and getting to know each other. And then another part of this journey is very much spiritual and has to do with the non-physical and any work, any heavy lifting that you may need to address in that area. And again, some women are very in tune and very active in their spiritual shadow non-physical bodies and aspects of self, but maybe these are just an example, are not as active physically in their own body. And it will make a big difference for that type of a candidate to begin to adopt and commit to a workout regimen in alignment with supporting natural hormone balance, of course, in order to support fibroids to shrink. So do you kind of see how, depending on the person, the pie and the sections of the pie can be cut and trimmed, cut in different shapes, different sizes, depending on what areas are noticeably in need of repair, attention, and work once we get into consultation session. So that being said, though, second part of what I wanted to touch on from the previous video, the general, like I said, to recap, the general way that you're going to address an overall sound detox plan for your whole body is through eating plants, right? As much as you can, eating a whole food plant-based diet, following that. But to go a little bit further, we're talking about detoxification. Always be detoxing, right? We said always, as in giving a nod to the time element, but then we said always, as in ALL, and giving credence to multiple different methods, right? So your next step is going to be, whether you work with me or do it on your own, you're going to need to address all of the areas, or pretty darn close to all of the areas, the important areas that connect and have to do with detox. And detox is basically the way for the body to expel waste. So every waste channel in your body and having to do with you has to be addressed, inside and outside of the body. So you're going to need to do the work in order to make sure that you have a sound regimen in place that addresses liver detoxification. That's a main one. Everyone knows about that. But in addition to that, your skin is one of your biggest organs, right? Your epidermis. So how do we detox through the skin? We sweat, right? Which goes back to consistent, effective workouts that support hormone balance, but also doing enough work to support regular sweating consistently on a regular basis, not once a week, but 3 to 4 times a week, right? Incidentally, I suggest high intensity interval training because they're shorter sessions. Yoga is also really good because it also supports hormone balance. So does HIIT in general. It supports hormone balance, the high intensity interval training. Other than that, strength training or resistance training also supports hormone balance and can also help you work up a sweat. These are just examples. Another waste channel is your lymphatic system. You're going to need to make sure that you have protocol in place to address supporting proper functioning, efficient functioning of your lymphatic system, which is your body's cellular waste channel. Now, part of that discussion goes back to the original portion of this video, right? Eating whole food plant-based, that's one of the reasons why it's so powerful, because it's so simple. It's one of the more relative inexpensive ways to address lymphatic support for detoxification just by eating plants. And again, it may be enough for a lot of us to just eat whole food plant-based a lot more, taking a lot of those chlorophyll-rich plants. That chlorophyll is going to oxygenate those cells, which is going to support the cleansing and the detoxing, the expelling of waste, right? It's going to enhance the inner workings of all the systems, including the lymphatic system. But that's just one example. But I just wanted to double back and show you how that can be addressed through eating plants. But depending on the woman and lifestyle and severity of the issues and any other adjacent accompanying issues, there may need to be deeper work done to support lymphatic detoxification. And I've had women that have like I said, eating whole food plant-based is a very inexpensive, effective way to address that. But sometimes people want to go a step further. You know, they want to do the lymphatic massage or lymphatic drainage support, or go and actually have these procedures done, which actually when we start talking about that, I've worked with some clients who have done that, and you know, they said it's gotten a little pricey. So it's up to you. You can definitely do that, but I just wanted to give you an example of another system of your body that needs to be supported as far as detoxification goes. Another area that needs to be supported for proper functioning and expelling of waste is your digestive system, right? So an easy way to do that is to support regularity. The easiest, most expensive way to support regularity is to eat plants. They're fiber rich. That's going to keep you regular, keep your bowels moving regularly. And then on top of that, again, all of these antioxidants and minerals and vitamins that plants will supply are going to be cleansing your digestive and helping to detox your digestive as well, while that fiber is keeping you moving. Another system in the body is your circulatory system, your blood, right? The flow of the blood. A lot of clients, including myself, have suffered from iron deficiency anemia as an adjacent symptom with uterine fibroids. Once I started to eat a lot more dark leafy greens, juicing, green juicing, these things, I literally watched the anemia reverse. And now to the point where I use one of my products that I recommend is my Green Goddess Fibroid Detox Smoothie powder that I recommend that you use along with the Bifibroids tea as part of my product duo to cover your bases. If we don't even work together ever, I, at the very least, have that out there for women who, for whatever reason, don't sign up for coaching. You can grab my tea and smoothie powder, and you've got that plant power from the Green Goddess Fibroid Detox Smoothie powder in every smoothie that you make daily, and you have the detoxification across multiple systems through the tea, right? And we just showed you how the plants also detox, right? Another cool thing about the plants, about plant-based eating, is that I mentioned antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins. They supply a lot of nutrients. So eating whole food plant-based definitely hits those two umbrellas just from you having a meal. So that is just to give you a good idea of what your plan should start to kind of look like as you're writing it out, building out your route, your journey to natural fibroid elimination, some things that should be included. Other waste channels of the body. Yes, your reproductive system, your monthly cycle, your menstruation, right? The uterine lining is shedding. You're going to want to support that. My tea is my Bifibroids tea, or even the 2-week fibroid tea bag cleanse. Those are both great to support your cycle. And when I say cycle, I mean the whole cycle, the 28-day cycle, but also there are potent womb nourishing, enhancing herbs like raspberry leaf, nettles that are going to go in and supply nutrients that the womb has been missing, and to help to support the anti-tumor activity to occur in the body if you have a good solid foundation in place in the form of that whole food plant-based diet. So it all connects. But these were just a few examples to show you a way that you can put together a preliminary system for yourself, and also to really clarify how you can always, and you should always, be detoxing in all ways. And the easiest way and best way to do that and to start is to build that foundation by eating plants. Now, if you don't eat whole food plant-based a lot, I recommend that you start 75% of your meals, and work your way up to 100% of your meals. If you don't plan on eating a whole food plant-based for the rest of your life, then I would say eat whole food plant-based and commit to eating that way, plants only, for a certain amount of time, and introducing a lot of nutrient-rich herbs along with the plant-based meals into your body during that time window, and don't slack. Don't eat anything other than plants, and make sure that your whole food plant-based meals are balanced. I'm not a doctor or a dietitian, so that's going to be, or a nutritionist. That's going to be up to you, to the individual, to make sure that she gets the support that she needs as far as reaching out to a nutritionist or your doctor to find out exactly what a healthy, whole food, plant-based, balanced meal regimen will look like. I do put out a lot of content here with recipes, but I can't, just because I'm not licensed or certified in those areas, can't guarantee you that they will be nourishing 100% for you. And I can only tell you to consult with a doctor before you adopt any new regimen, any new health regimen, or adopt any new health plan. This is the way I ate. And I will let you know that when you are eating when you're building your whole food plant-based meals and your ideas, definitely make sure that you have a good balance of protein, complex carbs, good fats, and lots of fiber. You know, that does not mean that each category that I mentioned has to be a separate thing. The fiber may also be the complex carb, right? But you want to make sure that you don't include things that are not approved if you're trying to shrink fibroids. So you don't want to be eating things like potatoes, right? You want to eat things like quinoa instead of rice, right? For your protein, I always relied on beans. I always put this disclaimer out there. If this is one of the first videos that you see from me, go back and watch the Buy Fibroids with Cecily series so you can learn all about the foods that are not recommended, the foods that you want to avoid in order to stop feeding fibroids and start shrinking them. Because one of the biggest things you'll notice if you're new to eating whole food plant-based, once we start talking about protein in relation to eating whole food plant-based, a lot of people will start to mention soy, tofu. I am not recommending. Matter of fact, I'm saying do not eat tofu or soy. That is my opinion. That is from my own personal experience. Soy, especially for my melanated women, can wreak havoc on the hormones. It actually does wreak havoc on the hormones. It's been shown to grow breasts in men and cause young women to menstruate way too early. And from personal experience, eating soy grows fibroids. Fibroids actually proliferate when soy is consumed in a lot of women. So you're going to want to avoid the soy. That's not a good protein source. I ate a lot of beans and quinoa, and just look up plants that also are high protein. Ancient grains are good, that also have a lot of good protein. Definitely have your go-tos in place. So that's it for today. New developments, I am launching group fibroid coaching, which is going to be a short, fast, 1-month coaching for any woman who wants to sign up. It is not one-on-one, it is not private, it will be a small group of women. Whoever signed up for that during the month of February, we start on February 8th, and we will be meeting 2 times per week for 4 weeks, and I will be running through my entire framework, my entire Fibroid Freedom Toolkit, and applying the strategies and methods in detail to everyone who attends that. And because it's group fibroid coaching, it's an amazing deal because of what I charge for my 90-day one-on-one private coaching program. So that's definitely a great opportunity for those who have been wanting to work with me. You want to make sure that you are paid in full if you're interested in that before February 8th. If you need a payment plan, reach out to me ASAP because we have about a month left before that begins. And if you need it split up, because you have to, we must set the payment plans are set up only through a pre-arranged billing agreement, right? So we have about a month left before that opens up for registration and we begin. So if you're going to need some time to spread those payments out, this is a good time to reach out. Like, don't wait on that. And the payment plans are flexible. Like, if you want to put a certain amount down and then spread out the other balance, as long as it's paid before the 8th, we're good. We start on the 8th. Now, the days that we are meeting are Thursday for 2 hours at 6 p.m. And then we're meeting Saturday afternoon for 2 hours. I have to double check that time. I think it was 3 p.m. But reach out to me if you're interested. And after February, it is closed until I maybe decide if I'm going to reopen the group option, which is not a guarantee, just depending on schedules. I just started selling real estate. I'm a licensed agent now. Y'all know I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm applying myself to a lot of new business in that arena. So I want to make sure that I'm completely available fully for everything that I commit to. So this is your time to do group fibroid coaching, right? Now, if you don't want to do the group, you want the one-on-one experience, you still want to reach out to me to reserve your spot for that, because that is not offered at year-round as I was doing before. It's by interview only, and it's offered at different times. So right now I am inviting anybody who's interested to interview with me to be a one-on-one private coaching client. If you're interested in that, let me know. And for any of these opportunities and programs, just message me and I can send you a link to my page to take a look at the services in more detail, and you can learn more about the programs, okay? Other than that, if you just want some help with one specific area of natural fibroid elimination, like you'd like me to help you with herbs for detoxifying your liver or stopping heavy bleeding, a plan to support lymphatic detoxification, whatever it is, so whatever symptoms you may be suffering with, you know, the 1 hour sessions are designed to focus on one area, to be thorough and to really address resetting and balancing and bringing the body back to balance in whatever area. But reach out to me for those. And other than that, the link will be in the description on how you can go and buy my products, my tea and smoothie powder duo. Now, I do also have a trio that includes a jar of sea moss, and all of my sea moss flavors are going to be herbal sea mosses. So when I say herbal, I mean they are superfoods that are also mixed into the sea moss. So they're not really like flavors, more so than they are sea moss products optimized to address certain issues. Like I have one called the Iron Butterfly, which obviously will help to support reversing iron deficiency anemia and to support normalizing blood flow and helping you to fix heavy bleeding. I hope this was informative, and if anybody wants to get started working together, reach out to me. And until next time, peace and love.